heartbeat of America for a special wartime edition podcast as Faith Merrill executes strikes against the TechBoy media early this morning. In any case, Faith Merrill, faithless faith, fake faith, as I like to call her, you are fake news, okay? I didn't do anything wrong, and you will not be able to take me down. Anyway, we have a special guest coming on at 9 o'clock Arizona time, but we have to cover the important Samsung news. I wanted to cover some faith, like religion faith, not the idiotic stream of faith news, but we'll cover that in the next episode of the podcast where we're going to be celebrating our 4-year anniversary and, of course, our 4-year anniversary of the podcast and our 6-year anniversary of the TechBoy media. This just goes to show that whenever a girl comes against me, tries to destroy me like Nika in 8th grade or like my cousin last year, you're always going to lose. So I'm going to expect to keep my win streak. Oh, also, I almost forgot. My X account is suspended for some reason. X did some sweeping for bots, and, I'm on that site all the time. And I guess he thought I was a bot. Hopefully, we will come back, right? I've been kicked off of Not to Be, and I'm under attack on Instagram, but X is our last bastion, okay? And we are going to win this war. Anyway, let's go cover what Samsung is doing. So, unfortunately, because I actually have a job, I wasn't able to cover what Samsung was doing 100% of the time. But this is what Samsung has. What's going, guys? And hope you guys can see this from the greatest tech website on the internet. TechBoy media. There we go. Let's go. Full story. Beat America. Patriots in control. All right. So the Z Fold 8 launched, and I got bad information about that. The Z Fold 8 was Samsung's website said it was like $900. Yeah, this is great. This is great because if we have a phone that costs $900 and it folds in half, I can kind of accept the smaller screen. I can accept the 2 cameras. That's the one phone. And we're seeing a pretty standard flagship phone. I actually kind of like it, actually, because what we're seeing here is a phone that's not this tall, which I like tall phones, by the way. That's why I have an Ultra, not a regular S-Series phone. Also for the battery life, even though everyone knows how bad battery life is with this. But I like I like the BlackBerry Passport style of design. It's a lot easier to type on. It's a lot more easy to use. And Samsung was even saying, I have not seen this hands-on, but I have seen some reviews of this device, that on the device you can look at Instagram and it will scan well, which, if true, that's great. That's great. So yeah, what do you guys think about a pocket smartphone that's like 5.5 inches tall but extra wide? I like the wide display. I think the one thing that would make it better is a stylus. Now, one thing I don't like is that the phone is $1,899. You still get the folding display. You get the top of the line chip. Of course, no micro SD card slot. You're going to get the flagship level amount of storage. You're getting a 4,800 milliamp hour battery, which I do like. That is a lot larger than the battery on most of the Samsung Fold phones. So I think that's good. But you only get 2 cameras? Why? Samsung, look, you have a folding screen. I will give that to you. You have a folding screen. You have this easy-to-use interface, which I was using an iPhone this week. I was working on a project for a client, and he wanted me to upload videos to Instagram. And, of course, you can't really do that on a computer. He had a Mac, so that was trash anyway. I had to type, I'm trying to open apps and whatever. I'm downloading files, closing them. It's just using a Mac system is just terrible. But I was using an iPhone, right? And on this iPhone, it's like you cannot split screen. You cannot type, for crying out loud. You cannot do anything, really. I mean, it's so annoying. And, of course, he got annoyed that I was having to use his phone for the project. So we went down to Costco and we got a tablet. I was like, no, we're not getting an iPad. We're getting a Samsung tablet. And the Samsung tablet, $549, Samsung Galaxy tablet is 10 feet with the keyboard and the stylus at W Costco. We can do split screening. We can do multitasking. We got DeX on there. I have not used that yet. And, of course, I wouldn't have been on the phone. But Samsung's multitasking features are peak, right? And I'm expecting the Z Fold 8 to have that as well. Peak multitasking features. I think that's going to be amazing for Samsung. Oh, wow, guys, we have a chat. Wow, chat is in the comments. Let's see. Carson Barrett says, poor tech. Carson, you're a terrible ally, okay? We should execute strikes on Faith Merrill, like now, actually. I want to see some strikes, Mr. President. I want to see some strikes because this is nonsense, okay? No one cares. All right. So that is what happened in Samsung news. Let's see if my guests want to come on early today, or we just feel the air with some extra time. But I'm changing my content strategy a little bit, guys. So we're going to be covering more defense technology, because defense technology is interesting, and I think it merges with my political and technology brand. So we're going to be covering some defense technology. I have a video coming out about that soon. This means that we should hopefully have more topics to discuss. All right, let's see. And I was thinking about this. Claude is out, and it's annoying, right? But why why does Claude need if you're going to use Claude or a dog, what would you rather have? Obviously Claude. Like Claude can be annoying. Claude can be radical sometimes, but it's better than a dog. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I'm just sending the link over to somebody. Where is he? Can I find it? Sorry, guys. Because we're doing an interview today, I didn't have that much to talk about. So if you guys have any topics you want me to discuss before I come on with my guest, uh, okay. Studio dot Ustream. Oh, wait, I should not say this link out, guys. You know, it's really funny. I had all these topics I wanted to discuss, and then they all kind of like fell out of my head. So we need to let's look into chat. Anyone in the chat, guys? At Carson, please ask questions while we're waiting for chat to come in. Oh yeah, yeah, guys. ASU. This was one of my final tweets on my poor X account, where we had 1,222 tweets. ASU is adding a new finance. No, sorry, not finance major. Not, of course, why would it be finance? They're adding a new influencing major with media classes. Yes, because of course the people at ASU need influencing abilities. So apparently at ASU, you you enroll in this class and you only graduate if you have enough followers to become an influencer. Look, nobody at ASU needs a class on how to become an influencer. Look, let me tell you, I follow them. Okay, all you have to do is be, allegedly pretty. I'm not gonna make any claims. Right? I'm just gonna say like if I were to scan them on the app, they might show up as an 8. All you have to do is like be like an 8, take like 5 pictures, and you'll have 20,000 followers. I know that. I follow them. Okay, I'm an expert on this. How is this a class? Seriously. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about weaponizing this because, we have these people, they're like, oh, okay, I have like 5 pictures, 20,000 followers, but they don't do anything with that. They don't weaponize their power for personal and political gain, which they obviously should. They don't do that. They're just like, oh, I like this. So I imagine having 20,000 followers, 20,000 followers for free. You didn't have to enroll in any class for this. You're just pretty, okay? Imagine having 20,000 followers, 20,000 people follow you, 20,000 people for some reason care what you say, 20,000 people, you look at a picture of them, you get 600 likes. Imagine having that. And then you have these people, and you don't do anything with it. And you don't even, and then you have to go take a class. What are you taking a class for? Why are we taking a class? Well, are we taking a class on how to be pretty? Is this what we're going to do? Now, what's probably going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of mid people trying to all come in and they'll just try to do the same thing that the pretty people do, right? Where they just like take pictures and don't actually provide any value. And then they're like, why don't I have any followers? Oh, yeah, I've seen these stupid comments like this in some video. I'm going to get cooked anyway, but like I'm already under attack. Democracy itself is falling. Democracy is falling. We have these radical, faithless influencers attacking me. But it's like, well, I don't get any attention. Yeah, okay, there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason for that. All right, gang. Okay. Like, why are you taking? Imagine saying, I'm going to ASU. That's like going to ASU to get a degree in partying. Like, what are we doing, gang? And I go to Superior, Arizona School anyway, GCU. It's like, it gets to a point. It's like, what do you need a now? I'm not going to trash them 100%. You do get classes in like some sort of media, like an actual job, and it's not like, oh, take a picture of yourself. Oh, that's great. Let me see if my guest is has joined yet. Are you in? Man, should I buy a Disney Plus subscription, guys? Because we need to actually. I need to re buy my Adventure Odyssey subscription because I don't need to be posting. I'm pretty sure I missed 6 episodes. It's probably the most I've missed in my life. 6 episodes, an entire album, guys. So yeah, I need to repay for my Adventures in Odyssey Club subscription. Maybe I can pay. Maybe I can pay like the month and then just listen to them all. I'm out there walking. It was so hot yesterday, 117 degrees, that my phone literally died in like 10 minutes. 117 degrees, guys. 117. It was the hottest day on record in Phoenix history, actually. So, not in Phoenix history, the hottest day of yesterday on Phoenix history. All right, we have our guest, Josh Lip here. Great man. Let's see what he has to say. Hope you guys can see him on the screen. Can you guys see him?
Thank you. Thank you
Hello.
for having me.
Wait, let me bring me back up to the screen.
Tech Boy, thank you for hosting me. It's great to be on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry, it's glitching, so I gotta put myself
Yeah.
on. There you go. Let me turn that off. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome, Josh Lip, to the podcast, Post to Heartbeat of America. So, who are you? What do you do?
Okay, so I'm Josh Lippy. I'm 16 years old. I'm a president at our local Turning Point chapter, and then I work with some other clubs at the high school. One of the things I also do is I'm VP of networking for like we have a Riley chapter where we raise money for Riley Children's Hospital. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
it's a big part. I go to the events I go to, I try to go there and raise money to help donate to that. And then I also just tried to lead the community and tried to push towards making the world a better place.
That's great. So, what do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, sometimes I'll go to the political events, but I mean, other than that, I like to go hike. Yesterday I just went kayaking for, I think I did like 6 miles. Pretty fun.
Nice.
So I like to just go hiking around here. We had a couple local parks, but
What is your favorite? You say that you're a leader and organize. What's your favorite app or website that you use on your phone to help organize?
to help organize, I think I prefer Instagram just because
Hmm.
it's better for the younger generation, but
Yeah.
for a bit older, I use Facebook as well.
Hmm. What are your and like when you're not doing your organizing? What do you like to do on your phone?
Sometimes I'll scroll.
Hmm.
I mean, I try not to be on my phone that much. The only
Yeah.
time I'm on my phone is normally if I'm just looking, reading articles. Sometimes I'll watch YouTube, but most of the time I just do that on my TV.
Oh, you have a smart TV.
Oh yeah, we
Nice,
use Roku. So
nice. So what is it like doing? Uh, sorry, brain stuff. So what is your algorithm like on Instagram and YouTube? Like what you're watching?
I would say it's focused towards politics,
Hmm.
Catholicism,
Hmm.
and like what's a good way to put this? Like business, I guess, and then there's a
Business.
little bit of every once in a while I get a little bit of like, some adventure stuff like nature, that sort of stuff.
Nice. So you want to go into business, like long term?
So one of the big things I've been thinking about is public administration. I haven't quite decided, but I don't really want to be a bureaucrat, but I'm
Hmm.
trying to find something like that, and then eventually I want to go into politics, start running for local office, build the way up, lead a change, and go from there.
That's great. So, actually, I saw it on your story. You said you were going to talk about this. You said something like non-denominational churches stop attending them, or it's not real worship.
Yeah, it's a so every Tuesday I do what I call a hot take Tuesday, and
Hmm.
all my friends love to see
Yeah,
what I post. So
that's
I
basically what this podcast is.
I mean, obviously there's mega churches that they do good worship, you could say, but a
Hmm.
lot of them, like the really big ones, when you're in a stadium, I mean,
Hmm.
it's hard to really focus on because your church should have God at the center. And some of these churches, you don't have that. You have like a pastor or whatever who's more at the center, and it's not all going towards God. And then, I mean, you shouldn't really have someone as well. I mean, you'll see some of these people that are leading them away, like saying,
Hmm.
if you donate all this money, God will love you and God will give you salvation, which a lot of them just lead them down the wrong path. I mean, it's good to give, you should give, but I don't like it when you really force it in that way.
Oh yeah, yeah, I guess it's fair. I mean, when you're looking at like the stage, right? I think it's really cool when you look at the tech behind the scenes of like the screen and everything. But yeah, let's say you have the pastor up there. Do you think that they're worshiping the pastor, or is that what it seems like to you?
I wouldn't say that, but I would say that in my opinion, the pastors are pretty over, like, they're a bit more than what I wouldn't call it idolizing, but
Hmm.
these pastors have made, I mean, you should have a career in that, but like they
Hmm.
made it where they made so much money off that. And I think if you're a pastor, you should take a vow of poverty pretty much.
Do you think there should be a cap on how much they should make? Like,
Um,
what's
I
the most?
mean, I think it's unnecessary to purposely make a cap of how. But like a moral cap, I would say they shouldn't. It does depend on the church, obviously, and how much they're working.
Hmm.
I mean, well, I know for the Catholic Church,
Hmm.
they don't give much money. They get, I mean, the church, they live at the church, and they get money to like obviously buy groceries, and they get to go on, I think, maybe 2 vacations a year, which is. But I don't think in any world there should be a pastor that's making more than $1 million.
I mean, I think it would depend because most of the time they're getting that from speaking fees, not at their church, but like the speakers elsewhere, which I think would be fair. And let's say you have a
Well,
church. Oh,
that's a different part of it. If they're,
mhm.
I mean, you asked how much they're getting paid to be a pastor. If they're
Right.
doing other, like, I mean, a lot of them, you're right, they are like really good speakers, and
Yeah.
some of them will go around and um, talk up shows for money and other
Mhm.
sort of stuff that you see. But I mean, they can get paid separate for that,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
I'm okay with them getting paid however much they
Hmm.
agree on with the venue or whatever. I'm fine with that. But like just being the pastor of the church, I
Okay.
don't I don't think there's a reason for them to make that amount of money.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I think that can be a fair criticism. I'm not really sure if there's an explicit biblical command on how much money you can make. But going back to you and your what you do, how do you do your research? Because you know the internet's such a big place. It can sometimes be hard to find things.
It really is, I try to do a compile of different resources. I like to use ground news though a lot because it
Okay.
shows you, I don't know if you know what it is, but it shows pretty much like how everything's leaned towards, and I like to try to make my best assumption of what's really going on. There's some
Yeah.
stuff I stay out of because there's no point. It doesn't make any sense. And
Yeah. I like. I've never used the app before, but I've seen the subscription.
but you don't need a subscription to use it. I mean, I don't know what the subscription's exactly for, but I
It
use it.
lets you read the full article. So when you go onto the website, you can see some of the headlines and like the
Oh
bias
yeah.
tracker, but you can't read the full articles.
So I like. Honestly, I'm a bit more of a local guy, but I do
Mhm.
obviously like to see what's going on
Yeah.
in the nation. I pay a lot of attention to more local and state
Mhm.
politics than I do to international.
Mhm. I mean,
I
I think
mean, what were you gonna say?
I was saying, yeah. I mean, local is actually harder, in my opinion. I've proposed the idea. I think there's a good business market in that there to have a not local news website, but a local news website that spans across all the states. So like a network where you can
Yeah.
share reporters. So you have a Phoenix affiliate, a Houston affiliate, a Denver affiliate. Because if you look at all the local news, you have like these websites that are from basically the TV news, like the local TV news, from like what's it, Fox and ABC. And the
Mhm.
websites are very badly designed and not that interesting. Like you look at the sub topics on it, it's like, oh, some guy helped a dog cross the road who was broke.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? But I mean, it's
Well, I
not
mean,
it's not. It's not actual interesting things that you can discuss or know.
I mean that's one of the problems with news is if there's not a lot of it, they have to come up with the most random stories ever. I mean, sometimes they can be nice, but a lot of
Yeah.
times they're unnecessary.
I mean, it's cool, but I mean, when you're in the business of trying to do the work that you do or influence, like just like I like to read, right? I don't want to just sit there and like
Yeah.
watch a 15-second video all day. That's pretty boring. I like to read and learn a lot of new things. You can learn new words. You can learn, speed reading from that. So I like to absorb
Mhm.
information, but I'm not going to sit there and read some ad infested website that's just talking about nonsense I don't care about.
Yeah. So where I get most of my information from is I live like in a small town, but we live right next to a bigger town. So I
Hmm.
listen to their I listen to their news channel, hear what's going on in the area, and then
Hmm.
I will watch most of the board meetings, the city council, the
Hmm.
county council, the school
Hmm.
board meetings. I like to listen to those when I can just to see what's going on. And then like I said, I use ground news and I get their notifications, so I'll look and then I'll dig into that. I, tr- I mean, there's some independent sources I like, but some of them are pretty far leaning, even though they say they're independent.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, usually when they say that they're independent, they're not. It's just they're just annoying. It's just like some of the most annoying reporters you've ever read, and you're like, why am I listening to you? I
Yeah.
mean, I sometimes have to subject myself because sometimes it's so annoying that it's actually funny. Like it's
Hmm.
actually funny reading some of the comments. It's like Dean Withers.
No, I don't.
Oh, he's this TikTok guy who sits there and debates people for like 3 hours a day, right? And he's on the left, but he's white and straight, apparently, allegedly. And so you have these like random TikTok people with like 100 followers be like, Dean Withers is profiting off of the backs of black people's oppression and suffering because he's defending us and making money off of that because he's more successful than me. He should let the black people speak and not him. It's really funny. Like they're hating him from the left. It's like, wow, you're hating your biggest
Yeah.
ally. You're just out there, and it's really funny to read.
Hmm. I mean, everyone knows this. You can go into the comment section and there's just crazy people in there,
Yeah,
just
it's
arguing with each other for hours over pointless.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about this week, or actually last week, but then you came on, so we moved it to next week. But there's this guy who came into my comment section. They were playing this game at church. It's some little
Okay.
game they posted onto the social media, and people were just outraged about how dare a church play a game and post it onto social media. I was like, how is this a sin? And we went debated back and forth with each other, and he basically lectured me for not being Christian enough on my Instagram feed because I didn't share the gospel enough times and post enough Bible verses. It's like I'm on your side. Like we're both Christians.
Yeah.
Why are you fighting about that?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, especially him saying you can't play games. I mean, was that a youth group or what was it?
It was the church leaders posting a game to Instagram. It
Oh,
wasn't even Sunday. It was like Monday, Tuesday. It's the middle of the week, and they're hosting a game. Now the church does have some things that are wrong with it. They might have some bad theology, but that's not they weren't
yeah,
attacking the church for having bad theology. They're just saying, oh, the church they put a game up on Instagram that's going to entertain people. It wasn't even a bad game. Yeah, it'd be different if they're out there, I don't know, like gambling. Okay, yeah, sure, that's bad,
Yeah.
but at least for a church. But I mean, it's just there. I think there was some, the animal letters, not like the
Uh,
soup letters and the spelling stuff with it. Like, who cares? Like, I think that so much of a problem, and I don't know. Do you agree with me that there's a huge problem with people who just care too much? Like, they find problems with everything.
yeah, there's a lot of that. I definitely agree that there's a lot of people that just will find a problem out of anything, no matter what's going on. They'll just
Yeah.
complain.
Uh,
They'll always find something to complain about, and if you fix that, they'll just
mhm.
complain and complain and complain
Yeah, and they
instead of
even
actually doing something to fix it.
yeah. Well, it's not even a problem. I don't think a church
But
playing
yeah,
games with Fruit Loops is a problem. But it sometimes even comes from your own side because I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, but sometimes people will criticize me. I'll ask you if you get this as well for not being Christian enough. Do you get that?
no, no,
No.
I don't. I
Uh,
mean, I use a lot of people know that I'm Christian. I mean, I haven't gone out to a lot of like I don't have as many outside people that know me as they know you. So I haven't gotten a whole
okay.
lot of that attack yet, but most of the people around me know that I'm really Christian. So,
I was big on X until yesterday, and they banned me. It's so sad.
oh,
I'm going to come back though. I mean, I didn't break any. I think the thing that happened was that they were doing a sweep for a whole bunch of bot accounts, and I accidentally got ended up in there because I replied to a lot of people.
and
So, do you read a lot? Because I read books. I read X. Do you read a lot?
I do read a fair amount. I mean, I do a lot of online reading.
Yeah,
During the summer, I'll do some reading, but during the school year, I do a lot of reading when I'm like done with schoolwork. I'll just read a book.
nice. I actually was diverse in school. Well, I would read, of course, in school, but in
Yeah,
summer I won all the reading competitions at church, and I did like 100 books, 500 books,
yeah,
depending on the summer, because it's a lot of free time.
yeah. I just finished reading the Bible last fall, so
The whole Bible.
um, mhm.
Yeah,
I
same.
like
Well, not last fall, a few years ago.
I like reading theology books and then some history, just that sort of stuff. What about you?
I like history. I'm obviously Christian. I'm not that into like doing theology that
Yeah,
like as much. I like reading about technology, news. Um, I view it as a faith as like my base, right? That's my morality. So it's things that I'm not going to do. I'm obviously not going to go out and murder somebody or
yeah,
commit any of the sins that are in the Bible. But I do read it. But I also like to read other things as well because the Bible is it's a great book. It's the best book. But
hmm
I'm not for what I'm doing. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk about. I made a video. It's not up yet, but I made a video about this satellite system that we used to look at the weather back in the 1960s for the Department of Defense. Obviously, that's
yeah,
not going to be in the Bible, so I have to balance my Bible reading with, reading for the news and tech and other things.
hmm
Do you find the theology books entertaining? Is that what you read in your free time?
I find some of them. Yeah, there's some of them that are really hard to read. There's some
Yeah,
that are easier to read,
that's
but
true.
I like to just see what the ideas are, that sort of aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like finding people's ideas. Anything. I mean, they sometimes come up with some wild ideas, and you just sit there and laugh. Do you play video games?
Uh, I do. I mean,
Mhm.
during the school year, I kind of fell off from it because I
Mhm.
just didn't have time, but I started back up this summer, so.
What games? I don't really game. I only play. I'm not good at all. I mean, I had a dream today that I was playing a video game, and it was like one of the racing games, and I couldn't even drive, which is probably even true. I mean, I might be worse at driving in a video game than I am in real life, which is
Yikes.
funny. But what games do you play?
Um, right now I've been playing a lot of Minecraft, but I
Mhm.
used to play Fortnite, and that's about it. I mean,
What's
the
Minecraft like? I've never played it. I've only seen.
oh, I mean, it's pretty fun. You just start out and pretty much create your own world, survive, you know.
Hmm. And you said Fortnite. What are you doing there?
So I used to play a lot of battle royale, but what I do now is I just use the creative, and I like to build stuff.
So you like a
So,
lot of building. You
mhm.
like Lego?
What?
Lego, like the blocks.
Yeah. I used to have a huge Lego city, but
Really? You can do that?
I
Oh,
mean, I probably got I got a lot of Legos. I mean, it's a pretty good collection. So I would just create
oh,
cities
okay.
and
Yeah,
do
yeah,
different stuff with that.
yeah. I once built a Lego tower that touched the ceiling, so it's about 8 feet tall.
Ooh,
I had a bunk bed, so once we got up to about 5 or 6 feet, we would climb up onto the bunk bed and build it from there, kind of like scaffolding.
ooh, nice.
It would take maybe like 3, 4 hours because sometimes parts would fall. You really have to have
Oh,
like a good base, and then
oh
at the
yeah.
top have a really, really like stretchy part that kind of wiggles, but once it touches the ceiling, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. I
Do you
got
have?
a what?
What were you going to say?
I got a friend that likes to build mock skyscrapers with Legos. He'll
Yeah,
make he'll make them look realistic.
it must be expensive because you gotta have like all
Oh yeah.
the correct color pieces, right? In our Lego box, I think we had some knockoff Legos too. Of course, you had red blocks, you blue blocks, purple blocks. But if he's going to do that, he has to have like the correct shades of gray and the correct shades of blue for the windows.
Yeah, I think he told me he bought like a huge amount of pieces, and I think it cost him like $600. Pretty crazy.
Wow. If you had $600 just like lying around, what would you do with that?
Oh, I don't know. I like to. I probably save it towards the 4-wheeler.
What, four-wheeler? What, like an ATV?
Yeah, something like that.
You like? Have you ever ridden one before?
Yeah.
I did one
Um,
once. Yeah.
we ride them around a lot. A couple of my cousins have it, and then I've driven them. They're pretty fun.
Yeah. Do you need a helmet to ride one of those?
I think you legally do, but not a lot of people follow that.
Oh, okay. I think I was wearing a helmet then, because I always follow the law. I'll be wearing a
Yeah.
seatbelt in the car. I don't want to die. Like, it'd be a pretty embarrassing way to die without a seatbelt on. Like, you kind of had that coming.
Yeah.
So, I actually, if I had $600, I would put it in the stock market, let it
hmm
go
I
up.
mean, I do investing, but
Mm.
I try to invest. I save 50% of my money and then invest 25% of it that
Oh,
I
that's,
make.
what do you like investing in?
I kind of like. I mean, some of the right now the market's really unpredictable,
Yeah,
but I like to just put it in the S&P 500
yeah,
and
it's
collect
down.
it over time.
Yeah, but I know it's going to go up. But it's down like what, like 7%, a few percent.
I don't know.
Let me
I
check.
mean, I haven't looked at it in a while.
It's a little bit down, which it might be a good time to put it in because it's not like it's going to crater down to like
Yeah.
zero. So, I mean, it's obviously good that you have money in there.
Mhm.
This is one of the things I also like to read about, like the stock market and all these companies that have stocks. I think that's one of the great things for technology because, like, this is a tech podcast. You have the stock apps, and of course, now you can invest right there on your phone or on your computer. A few years ago, you would have to go, call someone at Wall
Oh
Street
yeah.
or work in Wall Street to go there. So, do you see anything in technology changing in terms of the stock market?
I mean, I haven't really thought about that much, but it is. I think it's gonna. I mean, it might slowly. I can honestly see it kind of slowly fading out from people paying less attention to it, but it is a great asset, and I think. Mm, I mean, I don't know what. It might be fully online soon. Like we
Uh,
might be out of
oh, okay.
Wall Street in like 20 years. We might not even really have a need for that.
I actually think that the actual physical Wall Street buildings is going to be an app or a website.
It could be. I think it very well could be in like 20 to 50 years. I think it could be.
Where do you think we're going to be in 20 to 50 years in terms of tech? Will we still have smartphones or glasses or watches?
Um, I think we will still have them in a way.
Hmm.
We might. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with AI and
Yeah.
technology. I'm pretty bad at predicting that sort of
Mhm.
stuff, but if I had to guess, I would say eventually, um, we won't really need our phone, and it will be probably like some sort of glass
Mhm.
thing, or they'll like maybe even put a contact lens on us. I don't know, and
Yeah,
then
I
we'll have
think.
like, and then we'll have something that like connects to it, maybe like on our ear or something that we just can like swipe or whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think for the glasses, I think that's going to come, but not in a very long time because I've covered this before. Snapchat released basically glasses that do that, and they're over $2,000, and they only have battery life for 4 hours, not 4 hours of on time. Just you wake up at 6, it's dead by 10. So no one's going to use that. So it's $2,000. It's super bulky, and the camera is not as good. I think that this is a pretty great design actually. Right, you
Yeah,
can see everything. You have reels, you have your TikTok, you have your website. You can see everything. It's super powerful. It's under $1,000 now. Right, this might cost like $500 on eBay, uh, and it's still pretty powerful compared to the glasses that we have out right now. But
yeah.
maybe in 50 years, yeah.
I think tech is definitely gonna, and like it has over time, it's definitely gonna change and increase. With like we never really know what exactly
Hmm.
will happen, but
Yeah.
it'll be cool to see what it's like by the time we're the old ones complaining about all the new technology and don't know how to use it.
All these kids. I saw this guy. He's like a senator in South Carolina or something. He said he didn't hear about ChatGPT until last week.
And
He's
was
like,
he old?
yeah, he's like 80 or something. But still, I mean, I'm pretty sure my grandmother uses ChatGPT. I see. Like, I mean, by this logic, if you didn't know what ChatGPT was until last week, that's like not knowing what the internet was in like 2000, 2001. Vo's never seen a computer until 1995. So, do you use AI in your work and day to day life?
Not a whole lot.
Hmm.
I try to think for myself the
Yeah,
best. I mean, sometimes like I'll use it a lot to check my work
yeah.
and to have it give me feedback and fix it.
Hmm.
Sometimes I will use it to do a bit of research, like if I need to know something fast, I'll
Same.
ask it because it works a lot faster than we can at going through everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's wrong, but most of the time it's right.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's going around right now is a meme of Google. They're asking what day of the week ends in poop, and it said only one. It's Wednesday poop instead of Wednesday. So yeah, it can be wrong sometimes. I like using it for research and just like useless tasks. Like I'm going to sit there and write a video script or even one of my articles. I'll sit there, I'll type out my article, and then I'll just use it as an advanced spell check.
Yeah,
Or I had a Samsung press release. One of the articles that's on the website is Samsung releases a Galaxy card, which is a new uh, credit card for your phone. It's built on Galaxy, whatever. Right? It's a press release. I don't care that much about the Galaxy card, but I have to at least put out 2 articles a week. Sorry, and I'll just put it into ChatGPT or Grok. Grok's really good, and it will do it for me. But if it's something that I care about, then I'll write the script myself.
yeah.
All right, last question before we go, because we've almost been on for like what 40 minutes. So, what is your favorite TV show or radio show? If you listen to that, like Adventures in Odyssey, do you listen to stuff like that?
I don't listen to a lot. I don't listen to that much, but my favorite TV show is probably Young Sheldon.
Mm. I've seen a little bit of that show before. It's pretty funny. Who's your favorite
Yeah.
character?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't really have a favorite
Oh,
character.
okay.
Hmm. If I had to pick, I'd probably say, hmm. I mean, yeah, probably Georgie.
Georgie. Oh, he's the older brother, right?
Yeah,
Does he? And which character do you identify with most? Like, do you think is closest to you in personality and IQ?
probably Young Sheldon.
Just Sheldon, but Christian.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I
Mhm.
hope you guys tune in to next week's episode. We're going to be doing a pretty interesting 6-year anniversary and 4-year anniversary of this podcast stream. So thank you so much for stopping by the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. May God bless the United States of